You are staring at the shattered pieces of your life scattered across the floor. Your career did not go the way you planned. Your relationship ended. Your confidence is buried somewhere under the weight of every mistake you have ever made. And the voice in your head keeps whispering the same cruel message. You are damaged. You are less than you were. You will never be whole again. But what if I told you that the Japanese discovered something 500 years ago that modern neuroscience is only now beginning to understand? What if the very thing you think disqualifies you from greatness is actually the raw material for it? What if your brokenness is not your ending, but your invitation? There is an ancient Japanese art form called Kintsugi. The name translates to golden joinery. When a precious bowl or vase shatters, the Japanese do not hide the cracks. They do not pretend the breaking never happened. Instead, they take powdered gold, mixed with lacquer, and they fill every fracture line with light. They make the damage impossible to ignore. And when they are finished, the piece is not just repaired. It is more valuable than it was before it broke. The cracks become the most beautiful part of the entire object. Here is what you are missing. You have been trying to become who you were before the breaking, but the person you were before could not withstand what you have been through. That version of you had to shatter. The question is not how to go back. The question is what you will use to put yourself back together. According to a study published by the American Psychological Association, 73% of adults report feeling emotionally broken after a major life disruption. Career loss, divorce, betrayal, health crisis, death. These are not exceptions. These are initiations. And the data shows something remarkable. The individuals who acknowledge their brokenness and actively reconstruct their identity report 41% higher life satisfaction 3 years later than those who try to return to their pre-crisis baseline. You are not alone in feeling shattered, but you are about to learn something that will change everything. Drop a comment below and tell me, what part of your life feels broken right now? Because I want you to know that I see you, and what I'm about to share has helped thousands of people transform their deepest wounds into their greatest strengths. My name is Dr. Hannah, and I have been a relationship coach for 22 years. I help people heal, grow, and improve their relationships. I also research Japanese self-care methods to support modern studies on well-being. And what I have discovered is that the ancient Japanese understood something about human transformation that Western psychology is only now rediscovering. We do not heal by erasing our scars. We heal by honoring them. We heal by filling them with something precious. Let me take you back to the 15th century. Japan is in the Muromachi period. A powerful shogun named Ashikaga Yoshimasa has broken his favorite tea bowl, a priceless piece of Chinese pottery. He sends it to China for repair, and when it comes back, the artisans have used ugly metal staples to hold the pieces together. The bowl is functional, but it is hideous. It looks like what it is, something that tried to hide its damage and failed. So Yoshimasa tasks Japanese craftsmen with finding a better way, and what they create changes everything. They develop a method of repair that does not conceal the break. Instead, they use uroshi lacquer mixed with powdered gold to bind the fragments. When light hits the repaired bowl, the golden seams glow. The piece has not just been fixed, it has been transformed into something that could never exist without the breaking. This is the essence of Kintsugi. The philosophy states that breakage and repair are part of the history of an object. The cracks tell the story, and the story is what makes the object sacred. But here is what you need to understand. Kintsugi is not just about pottery. It is a complete philosophy of life called Mushin no Shin, which translates to the mind without mind. This is a Zen Buddhist concept that teaches acceptance of change and impermanence. In Zen practice, nothing is permanent, nothing is perfect, and nothing is ever finished. This is not nihilism. This is liberation, because if nothing is perfect to begin with, then breaking does not mean failure. Breaking means becoming. The Japanese tea masters who practice Kintsugi do not see a broken bowl as a tragedy. They see it as an opportunity. The bowl has lived, it has a history, and now it has character that a pristine, untouched bowl will never possess. The golden seams are proof of survival. They are proof of transformation. They are proof that something can be more valuable after it breaks. Think about what you are doing right now with your own life. You are hiding the cracks. You are pretending you are fine when you are falling apart. You are using all your energy to maintain an image of someone who has it together, when the truth is, you feel like you are held together with duct tape and denial. And every day, the pressure builds. Because you cannot be honest about your struggle without feeling like you are admitting defeat. But what if defeat is not the right word? What if the word is metamorphosis? Here is why this works at a brain level. Dr. Richard Davidson at the University of Wisconsin-Madison conducted a groundbreaking study in 2021 examining the neural patterns of individuals who underwent psychological reconstruction after major life crises. When people try to suppress their trauma, trying to return to their pre-crisis identity, the anterior cingulate cortex shows continuous hyperactivation. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, constantly burning energy. You are exhausted because you are fighting yourself. But when individuals engage in what Dr. Davidson calls narrative reconstruction, reframing their breaking as part of their identity rather than in opposition to it, something remarkable happens. The hippocampus begins to integrate the traumatic event into the person's life story rather than keeping it isolated as a threat. The prefrontal cortex shows increased connectivity with the amygdala. You gain control over your emotional responses instead of being controlled by them. The study followed 218 participants over 3 years. Those who practiced narrative reconstruction showed a 61% reduction in post-traumatic stress symptoms and a 53% increase in psychological resilience. But here is the most important finding. Their sense of self-worth did not return to baseline. It exceeded it. They transformed. Your brain is not sabotaging you. It is protecting you, but it is protecting you from the wrong thing. So how do you actually apply this? How do you take the philosophy of Kintsugi and turn it into a daily practice that rebuilds your life? Week 1 is about acknowledgement. You cannot repair what you refuse to see. Take a blank page and draw a simple outline of a bowl. Now, draw every crack, right next to each crack what it represents. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the betrayal, the failure, the illness, the shame. Do not minimize, do not rationalize, just name it. This is not wallowing. This is honoring the truth. You are collecting the fragments. The Japanese Kintsugi master does not start with gold. The master starts by gathering every broken piece and laying them out with reverence. You are doing the same with your life. Week 2 is about investigation. For each crack, ask yourself, what did this reveal that I could not see when I was whole? Did losing your job reveal you were building a career you did not want? Did the relationship ending show you patterns of self-abandonment? Did failure expose your fear of judgment? Write it down. The crack is not just damage. The crack is information showing you where you were fragile, where you were misaligned, where you were living according to someone else's design. Week 3 is about the gold. Gold is not perfection or positivity. Gold is integration. The gold is whatever you use to bind the pieces back together that is stronger than what was there before. If your career broke, maybe the gold is new skills you will master. If your relationship broke, maybe the gold is boundaries, self-respect, and the ability to be alone without feeling abandoned. If your confidence broke, maybe the gold is humility, the acceptance that you do not have to be flawless, to be worthy. Every single day for 7 days, spend 10 minutes writing what your gold is. Be specific. Do not write, "I will be stronger." Write, "I will speak up when something does not align with my values, even if it costs me approval." Do not write, "I will be better." Write, "I will end relationships that require me to shrink, even if I am afraid of being alone." The gold is not vague inspiration. The gold is specific commitments that you would not make if you had not broken. Week 4 is about reconstruction. You take the fragments and you bind them with your gold. This is not metaphorical. This is action. If your gold is boundaries, you have a conversation you have been avoiding. If your gold is skill, you enroll in the course, you hire the coach, you commit to the hours. If your gold is self-respect, you walk away from the situation that has been draining you. You do not wait until you feel ready. You do not wait until the fear subsides. You act, and you let the action prove to your brain that you are not the person who broke. You are the person who rebuilt. Here is what will happen. Your brain will resist. It will tell you that you are pretending. It will tell you that the gold is not real. It will tell you that you are still broken underneath the repair, and you will say to your brain, "You are right. I am broken underneath, but I am also golden on top." Both things are true. I am not trying to erase the crack. I am honoring it. I am making it the most beautiful part of me. Research from the University of Pennsylvania's Positive Psychology Center, led by Dr. Martin Seligman in 2023, found that individuals who engage in what the study calls adversarial growth practices, essentially Kintsugi psychology, show a 43% increase in what is measured as self-authored identity. This means they stop living according to external scripts and start living according to internal truth. They stop performing who they think they should be and start embodying who they actually are. The breaking destroyed the false self. The reconstruction built the true self. But here is the deeper transformation that happens when you practice Kintsugi with your own life. You stop fearing the next break. You stop walking on eggshells, terrified that if something else goes wrong, you will shatter beyond repair. Because you have proof now. You have evidence. You broke before and you became more valuable. So if you break again, and you will because life breaks everyone, you already know what to do. You will gather the pieces. You will find the gold. You will rebuild. There is a related Japanese concept called wabi-sabi, the aesthetic philosophy that finds beauty in imperfection and impermanence. In traditional tea ceremonies, the most prized bowls show wear, asymmetry, roughness. They have lived because wabi-sabi teaches that nothing lasts, nothing is finished, and nothing is perfect. Once you accept this, you are free from the prison of trying to be flawless. You are free to be human, which means you are free to break and rebuild over and over again. The ancient Japanese tea masters understood something that modern culture has forgotten. Perfection is not the goal. Perfection is not even possible. The goal is authenticity. The goal is to become so honest about your fractures that they stop being sources of shame and become sources of power. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who inspire you, the ones who seem to have a depth that others lack. I promise you, they are not the ones who have never broken. They are the ones who broke and then rebuilt themselves with intention. They are Kintsugi people. You can see the gold in their eyes. You can hear it in the way they speak. They have been to the bottom, and they came back with something they did not have before. Proof that they are unbreakable, not because they cannot break, but because they know how to rebuild. You do not need to feel strong to start this process. You do not need to feel motivated. You do not need to feel anything except willing. Willing to look at the pieces. Willing to stop pretending they are not there. Willing to ask yourself what you are going to use to put yourself back together that will make you better than new. The Japanese Kintsugi master does not rush. The process takes weeks, sometimes months, layer after layer of lacquer, gold dust carefully applied, patience, reverence, the understanding that what is being created is not a quick fix, but a masterpiece. You are not a quick fix either. You are a masterpiece in progress. And every day that you choose to rebuild with gold instead of hiding your cracks, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. This is not about productivity. This is not about achievement. This is about identity. This is about looking in the mirror and seeing someone who has survived, someone who has transformed, someone whose scars are not marks of defeat, but evidence of a life fully lived. One step, then another, then another. You gather the pieces, you find the gold, you rebuild. If this resonated with you, if you are ready to stop hiding your cracks and start filling them with gold, then subscribe to Dr. Hannah POV, because every single week I share the Japanese self-care methods and modern psychological research that will help you heal, grow, and transform your relationships, starting with the one you have with yourself. This is not just content. This is your roadmap to becoming the person you are meant to be after everything you have been through. Remember, Kintsugi teaches us that the break is not the end of the story. The break is the beginning of your transformation. You are not damaged. You are being rebuilt. And the gold you are using to repair yourself will make you more valuable, more beautiful, and more powerful than you ever were before the breaking. Your cracks are not your weakness. Your cracks are where the light gets in. Your cracks are where the gold goes. Your cracks are what make you irreplaceable. Now go. Gather your pieces, find your gold, rebuild,